Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Eddie Marcus here again. So I awake this morning, and the thoughts on my mind: what is it that would allow a person to actually commit themselves to the death, to give their lives, to actually sacrifice their lives for the benefit of another person or of people? Whether it's Dr. King or whether it's Jesus Christ, or whether it's you. What is it that would afford you that step, that forward move? And at the same time, there are those who would eagerly grab a weapon of any device that would take a life and gleefully go out and destroy another human being, to destroy them, to kill them. What is it that would allow one person to sacrifice their own lives to save a life and another person to commit their life to take lives? Well, as I focus on this, the only thing I could come up with is that it's what you were taught. And people will do whatever they were taught to do. Believe it or not, everything they were taught to do, they will do it. So probably that be. I think about, and for those of you who go to scripture, they said there was the opportunity that angels were put in heaven or someplace, and that evil arose in the midst of there and conquered about a third of the heavenly host. Some have implied maybe perhaps that henceforth there was decision as to where a person is to be eternally is a decision that is put in their hands. So you put them in an environment where the philosophy of heavenliness is afforded and hell is afforded. So you're being taught to have access to both of these things. And with your choice to fix where you're going to spend eternity. I'm thinking, I saw this Billy Graham's son this morning talking about uh, chilling, taking it easy. Don't worry, don't panic. God is in control. You believe in Jesus Christ, then remember Jesus said, I am the way, the truth, and the life. Saying all that good stuff that makes you feel like righteousness means something. Then you turn on your TV and you see him sitting over there with Donald Trump and that crew that is totally against everything that this guy just got through talking about. And he's right now speaking out of this side of the mouth. And when you turn on the tube and you see him standing there with Donald Trump, he's speaking out the other side of his mouth. And this is why the world is so messed up about who to check out, who to believe. Well, there are a lot of people, white people, black people, men and women, conservatives and liberals, Republicans and Democrats, who speak highly about righteousness. They really give it some respect. But if I had to refer to any one particular person that I have witnessed that I believe touches me in such a way of being authentic about righteousness, is Miss, should I say, Alexandra Ocasio-Cortez, AOC. I mean, I thought about asking her to be my vice president if I was running for president. And the only reason I'd ask her to be my vice president is because I'm older. She's right on the mark. And if I couldn't run, I would actually advocate that she did. She seems to be centered on righteousness while everybody else is playing games. Playing games because that's what they've been taught. So I just thought I'd share with you this morning when we think about the evilness that's working in the world today. It is out to totally destroy this nation. Now, we never had a beautiful nation. We have been taught that we had a beautiful nation in comparison to other nations, but we were never taught that we had a beautiful nation in comparison to beautiful, or how beautiful it could be, which is what I have been advocating for. So what I'm basically thinking today, ladies and gentlemen, if We have someone that comes in and decide that democracy as it has been held here in America is not worth it, and then they're going to take over and change it to whatever they want it to be. That's just like what was taking place in heaven with the angels. Someone comes in, and before you know it, half a third or half of this nation is ready to change and become as evil as ever been. They want to oppress other people. They're willing to pick up their guns and kill other people and force other people to get off the streets, force other people to live in slavery. I mean, this is what Trump and his people are talking about. And it's built on lies and everything that I talk to you about constantly about evil, racism, hatred, bigotry, poverty, crime, and violence, all of that stuff. That's evidence that that's what's running the show. And that is what is running the show in America. But we're living at a time where you can't start talking about being normal. You got to talk about being righteous. And what is being righteous? Being righteous means being able to stand up for what is important to every individual. Those essential things that are important for every individual. Not taking life, but willing to give yours up before you play on this team of taking life. So this is where we're at, ladies and gentlemen. This is definitely where I see we're at. Now, if we're willing to give up our lives, maybe God will intervene and say, well, not now, or something like that, or let us go. You know, it's a blessing to get out of here, out of this hell, especially if we know the truth. So I just wanted to leave that with you, put something on your mind, but definitely let you know that evil is trying to take over America. So you got half of America representing evil. And I'm going to say, if you say which one is evil, I say the one that does not speak up for every individual in this nation. That's the one that's evil. And if you're a Democrat and you don't speak for everyone in this nation, you're evil as well. Goodbye.